things up already with their pitch calling. Say probably let's use your changeup a little bit more early in the count. When you work your rise ball, it has to be a little bit more up and out of the zone, like that last pitch. And even though that wasn't a strike, it still serves a good purpose to change their eye level, to be able to go back down with something like her changeup.
Upstairs. Last pitch got close. That one did hit Gabby Leach. Now the bases are loaded for Tennessee in the first. Not the start that Eaton Bingham was probably anticipating today. She was so good in last year's regional. A couple of complete game shutout victories against Miami. Struggled with Tennessee in the regional final. But by and large, back in that 2024 regional was sensational in the circle for Virginia. Now takes on Mackenzie Butt. In the air down the right field line. Could be trouble. Long way to go for Green. It drops and will score one. A 3-0 lead for Tennessee on the RBI single by Butt.
Hard hit balls and then a little bit of luck with this one off the bat of Butt. It is hit off the very end of the bat and finds the right field line by about half a foot. Only one run scores for Tennessee because those runners had to wait to see if that ball was going to be caught in the air before they could run.
Well, that time the shift hurt Virginia. Madison Green playing off her normal line, and here they are again with the same shift.
Virginia has now had slow starts in both games here. They gave up 3 runs to Indiana in the first inning of yesterday's game. They were hurt by errors as well. In that inning, there was an error to start this inning by Jay Hilton at shortstop. So a familiar position for Virginia to be in this situation early in the game.
1-2 count to Taylor Holly. The difference, though, when you play a Tennessee team, when you start to give them 3, 4, 5 runs early, given their pitching staff, that can feel insurmountable.
So true. So true. They're so tough, and this is how good their pitching has been, right? When they scored 3 or more runs since 2024, they're undefeated.
I don't know if their opponents know that going into games, but if you do, how deflating, Amanda.
Just hard to generate runs off of this elite pitching staff that just does not rely on one pitcher. They're so deep.
Already in this game, we have seen a different level of sharpness and edge to the Lady Vols offense. They were 2 for 9 yesterday with runners in scoring position. Already today, 2 for 3 and threatening with the bases loaded. Holly putting together a tough AB here.
A lot of tough at-bats that Eaton Bingham is having to work through early in this game. Work around an error, a walk, a hit by pitch, some hits scattered in there. It's just not been an easy inning for her at all. But you have to think, if you're Virginia, you're still just 1 pitch away from getting out this inning.
8th pitch of the at-bat misses upstairs. That walks in the 4th run of the game for Tennessee. We are going to have a visit to the rubber here, potentially a pitching change for Virginia. Was still the bases loaded and just the 1 out in this first inning. The freshman Taylor Smith, who we saw last night for Virginia, and their extra inning win over Indiana will come in here in the bottom of the first, down 4 in Knoxville.
Introducing Gatorade.
Lady Vols bats have come out here in game 2 of the regional. Last 10 games, they were averaging the 19th worst runs per game average in Division I. Just 2.5 runs per game over their last 10. Today, they have scored 4 in the opening inning and threatened with the bases loaded and 1 down. They have knocked Virginia's starter out of the game, at least for now. Eden Bingham sits as Taylor Smith comes in with little room for error. Had 3 walks in 3 innings of work last night against Indiana, but has nowhere to put Bella Faw here.
She looked really good last night. I mean, with the exception of the command issues at times. Taylor Smith, the freshman, I know that Joanna Hardin, as Virginia coaching staff, they're really excited about what Taylor Smith brings to the circle. It is going to be about her finding the strike zone, though, with the bases loaded. Really good stop, bringing it 68 miles an hour with her curve. Off attacks go with her rise at about 64 miles an hour.
Despite the 3 walks, did not allow a hit or a run. Struck out 6. Comeback win over the Hoosiers, who will play later on today in our first of 2 elimination games against Northern Kentucky. 2-1 to Fall. Good pitch from Smith.
Well, those are the chases that she can get with that rise ball, and it's why Joanna Hardin is really excited about Taylor Smith. I mean, she was a pivotal part in their win last night to help out the seniors Courtney Lane and Eden Bingham, and to close out the game and the win for UVA.
2-2, handcuffs Faw. That will get out of play. And she has been among the sharpest pitchers in the conference over the last week or 2. Just 1 earned run over her last 13 1/3 innings pitched. That included a 5-inning no-hitter against NC State at the end of April.
Coach Hardin said about Taylor Smith, she will be in high leverage situations all weekend. I don't think that they thought that there would be such a high leverage situation already in the first inning, and having to bring her in, definitely messing up the pitching plan likely for UVA today.
2-2, foul. We alluded to it earlier. This is not a defense that's turned a plethora of double plays, but boy, would you love to get one here with the top of the order looming again for Tennessee. Ninth pitch of this at bat to Faw. And timed by the Virginia catcher, Reagan Hickey.
I don't know if time is going to be granted for her again. Let's see what happens here. Just looks like there's some communication device battery situation going on here as Reagan Hickey trying to get the sign in from the dugout on a watch, or know the technical term. The pitch pops up on her wristband. Looks like it's not working.
Looked like they may have just swapped it out, gotten her a new one. 2-2 is foul.
Everybody's doing the pitch calling a little bit different, because sometimes the pitch will just pop up on what looks like an Apple Watch. That looks like kind of an old-fashioned, matrix. If maybe she hears it in her ear and she looks down at 2-3 or 4-1 or whatever it is that is radioed in. And
it's a high-tech world we live in now. Back in your All-American days, you were just getting the numbers flashed to you, right?
Yeah. the good old-fashioned way. Now there's all this technology. You can see the armband on the pitcher as well. She'll look down to see the sign and want to make sure that the catcher is on the same page, of course.
This is crazy at bat here for Faw. It's going to go at least 11 pitches to the 9-hitter for Tennessee. 6 straight foul balls by the starting shortstop. Base is still loaded here in what has already been a 4-run first for Tennessee. Full count.
What a great at bat. Bella Faw out of the 9th hole. First at bat that Taylor Smith is facing here, and she's seen everything that Taylor Smith has to offer to give Tennessee a deep look at this freshman entering the game.
Payoff from Smith. Faw up the middle. Could it be 2? Flip to second. Yes from Hill. Oh, is not in time at first. And immediately Macy looking into the dugout, wondering if Joe Harden should challenge this. It would be a huge call if it did get reversed, and they are going to challenge the safe call at first.
Virginia is challenging the play at first base. Following play is under review.
It's worth a challenge, but it's not going to get overturned, and God, it had double play potential written all over it.
Just took a little too long on that exchange at second base.
It was the toss from Hilton to second base that really was the difference of her being safe and out at first base. I think that she was safe at first, but here's the toss. It was almost in slow motion. Look how just a little bit of a lob, and you can see Alex Call was just like waiting for the ball to get to her covering second. Second mistake, really, by Jade Hilton in this inning. One went down as an error to start off this inning, and that won't go down as an error, but that is a mistake because they should have turned 2 there.
Rare for the multi-time All-ACC shortstop, All-American last year. There's another look at it. It was close, but you can clearly see where the cleat hits the bag before the ball is in the mid of Macy. And assuming this call is confirmed on the field, Tennessee's monster first inning will continue. Here's Megan Raven.
After review, the call is confirmed. The runner is safe. Virginia has 1 challenge remaining.
So it's an RBI for Bella Faw. And the bases, runners rather now at first and third base as Sophia Knight will come to play. And remember, she got this whole inning started by reaching on a throwing error from Jade Hill. Led off the inning 32 minutes ago. Which seems like a year ago now. It was the first inning that gave this Virginia defense fits against Indiana. Cabral goes to first, and that will do it for the Tennessee bid in the first. Lady Vols played 5, and they carry a 5-run lead into the second in Knoxville.